Hello everyone. Good evening. This is Omkar Joshi. I'm course instructor for computational thinking, and I will be conducting today's open session, which is for week 8. So I prefer you keep your questions in line with the today's session's agenda, and we'll give more preference to those questions which are from week 8 or maybe week 7, and then I don't mind answering some questions from earlier weeks as well. Okay, so whoever has questions from week 8, please you can raise your hands first, and let's I will try to answer them first, and then if there is a time and if time permits, I don't mind answering questions from earlier weeks, or if there is something else. Okay, so yeah, let's start with the first person, that's Soumyadeep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Like I'm having trouble understanding the flow itself. Like for example, practice assignment 8, question number 1.
Okay.
Um,
The flow itself, as in, can you be more precise on flow of what? Flow of a pseudocode or flow of how to study? I mean,
yeah, no, the flow of pseudocode.
flow of a pseudocode. Okay. So, are you facing this problem with any particular week, or in general with any
No,
type of
no,
pseudocode?
like the lists and were good, but when the
Uh-huh.
dictionaries came in, like in
Okay.
the week 8, the dictionaries came in, right?
No,
So,
dictionary came in week 7 itself. Week 7 was also based on
oh
a
yeah,
dictionary.
week 7.
Yeah.
So like week 8, I'm having trouble in the practice assignment 8, question number 1.
Okay, okay. So let me tell you, I mean, week 7 we introduced dictionary, but over there we focused on maybe some slightly basic or introductory level of dictionary questions. And week 8 we have slightly more complicated questions in week 8.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why you might have struggled in week 8, but you somehow managed in week 7. That might be the case. All right. Anyways, so let me help you out with this particular question which you mentioned, right? Is my
And one
screen
more
visible?
thing, yeah, yeah, it's invisible.
All right. So before we begin with this, let me first ask you that have you looked at the solution document which we have shared the top of the this particular
No,
page?
I looked into it, but I didn't understand it. So I kept it aside.
Okay, fine. So, anyways, all right. So first, I hope you understood what is dictionary, how the data is stored in dictionary. There are two fields. One is called key, other one is called its value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So every element in a dictionary has two components, key and a value against it, right? So with that, okay. So I'll just go through it just to explain you how the flow of this pseudocode works. If that is sufficient, we'll stop there. Or if you want even more detailed explanation, we'll do that after that. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So we'll start with declaring a dictionary D. And even before that, the question is, there is some pseudocode is given, which is based on scores dataset. And the question is, we just have to analyze the pseudocode and figure out what Z, as in the Z variable, represents, right? It will hold some value. We are not interested in exact value. We want to know what that particular value represents, right? So we have declared a couple of the three variables here. All are initialized to 0. That means they all are integers. And then we start our standard while loop with table 1 has more rows. That means we are iterating over all the cards in scores dataset, right? Sorry, in scores dataset. That's what is happening from line number 3 to 15. So for each card in the dataset, we will initialize this particular. We'll calculate A and C. So what A is doing? A is simply accumulating all the totals of all the students, and C is simply counting from 1 to last card. That means C will hold the total number of cards, and A will ultimately will be the sum of all total marks of all students, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty much easy part, which we must have studied in week 1 itself, right? The interesting part over here is with respect to dictionary, which is focused over here in these two blocks, right? If block followed by else block. So what is happening in if block? We have used a function called isKey. It's a special function which is supposed to be used with dictionary, and it is explained in week 7 by Professor Madhavan. So what this function do? It takes two parameters. First is a dictionary, and second is some value. Okay. So this D being a dictionary and X dot town/city. This value is coming from that card X, right? And what isKey function does? It checks whether this particular value is a key in D or not. Right. So in such a case, there are only two possibilities, whether either it's a key or it's not a key. So if it is a key, then this function returns true. Right. So if this particular value, I mean, this X student will have some city, right? This student will belong to some city. So if that particular city is a key in this D, it will return true, and we will execute these two lines. If that is not the case, that means that student is not, that particular key, that particular city is not already present in D, then we will go to else part because it will return false, and we will execute this just one line, right? I hope this till this point it's clear, right? Yeah. So beyond that, now let's see what these two lines are. Then we'll see what this one line is, right? So this returns true. That means what? This particular city town is that key exists, right? So if that key exists, what we are doing for that particular key, right? X dot town, X dot town city. In that D, we have this key. Under that, we have created a nested dictionary. There is a second level of key, which is total. Okay. And in that, we added a total of this particular student this time. Okay, this might be confusing. Let me explain else part first, then we'll come to if. Okay, it will be even more easier. All right. So for example, let's say city town value for this time is, let's say, Chennai. All right. So which is not there in D. Let's assume Chennai is not there in D as of now.
But
that means
the thing that I'm having trouble understanding is for the first iteration, D is empty. D doesn't have any value, right?
Correct. D doesn't have any value. It's empty as per line number 1. Correct.
So it automatically goes to the else block at first.
Correct. Exactly. Absolutely correct.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying let's begin from there, and then we'll come back to if. Even though it appears first in the sequence of steps, let's first jump to else, because that block will execute for the first student, right? So for that particular student, as I was saying, let's assume that it's Chennai, right? And it's a first ever card. So Chennai is not there in D. So what we did, D of Chennai, we created that key, and against that key, we allotted this particular value. Okay, it's a nested dictionary. So over here, we created that key as a Chennai, and as you know, against key there has to be some value, right? But in this case, that value is dictionary itself, another dictionary. So it's a dictionary of dictionary. So inside that dictionary D, there will be multiple values, multiple keys. What those keys will be? Keys will be a city of a particular student. And against that city, we will create a dictionary, and that inner dictionary will have two values. One is total and second is count.
Got it.
Right. So let's say for this student from Chennai, we allotted that particular total, whatever total that student has. Let's assume it's 200. Okay. And initialize count to 1. So now tell me what is the current status of variable D?
The first students, the student from Chennai, maybe for example, he got a total of 390. So total equal to 390 and count equals 1.
Okay, fine. By the way, the 390 is unlikely because as per our data set, 300 is but anyway, some value, whatever total is there, and count will be 1.
Count will be
for that particular city.
Yeah.
We are not interested in who that student is. We are just interested in so based on this, we are somehow coupling student based on their cities, right?
Okay.
Then let's assume there comes a second student who is again from Chennai. That is the only place when this will return true, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the point when we are supposed to execute
D now
these
has only, because D now has only people from Chennai.
Correct. So for example, another student comes, then that student is from Bangalore. And definitely again, this will not execute, else will execute. We will do same process again. We will create another key called Bengaluru. We will assign total and count as one. Same process what we did for Chennai, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Only when another student comes who's actually from some existing key, that is the point when these two lines will be executed.
Exactly.
Correct. And at that point of time, what we are doing, we are assigning value to this particular field, city, town. Let's assume it's Chennai again. Again, we are saying total. Why total? Because this is a second level key. First level key is Chennai. Second level key is total, because that's what we assigned, right?
Okay.
So second level, at first level, what are the keys? Chennai, Bengaluru, Vellore, whatever, all the cities. Those were the first level keys. And second level keys are total and count.
Yeah.
Only these two keys are there at second level, right?
Got it.
So we added the total of this new student into the existing total and updated the value. It's just like doing this. A is equal to A plus X dot total.
Yeah, got it.
Same thing, but for that particular city this time. This was very generic thing for across all students. This is for specific field, which is for specific city, right? Okay. And incremented the count, just like this C is equal to C plus 1.
It'll increment in the same in the same category, right?
Yeah, for that specific city.
Yeah.
See, this total and count, these two fields will be there for every city. So if let's say there are 10 cities, this total field will be there for 10 times. Count field will be there 10 times.
But it will be students combined.
Yes, correct. For that particular city's students, right? If there are 5 students in Chennai, let's say, right? So at the end of this entire thing, count should be 5.
Okay.
And for all their 5 students, whatever their totals are, that should be the value for this total.
Got it.
Right? So that's what our D is at the end of this iteration.
Got it.
Right? Then we calculated average. Average is based on A divided by C. So this is average across entire data set, right? And then we are doing something different. Then we are iterating over keys of D. Right? Keys of D is another special function for dictionaries, which returns a list of all the keys in D. And when we are saying keys of D, it returns only the first level keys, not the second level keys. Okay. Right? Because D has, what are the keys in D? All
the cities, sir.
All the cities, right? All the cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will return all the cities. And that's the value for B. So B is a variable which will hold one key value at a time. That means one city at a time.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say first it will take Chennai, maybe next is Bengaluru, next is Vellore, in some order, right? We are not interested in order. B will take one value at a time from that dictionary D. Okay. All right. One key at a time from dictionary D. Fine.
But now they calculate the average in D.
Yeah. Now in D of B, earlier we had only 2 keys, right? At the second level of that nested. Now total and count we added third average. Guys, if you're not talking, please keep yourself on unmute. So please keep yourself on mute so that you will not disturb others. Okay, thanks. So as I was saying, right, we added along with total and count, we added third key called average, and it's still the nested key, the inner dictionary we are talking about, right?
Yes. Right.
Yeah, and we calculated that average and assigned value against it, right? As per this line. So whatever we did over here, right, we are doing same thing, but this time for a specific city, not across the data set.
I got it. The whole
got it. And then the simply we are checking whether this average is above the overall
whole average. Yeah.
Right. If that's the case, we are appending that into Z.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. So like simply like this only, if you go to the activity practice assignment 7, question number 1, the one small thing that I had a doubt on,
Okay. Sure. So if it's a small doubt, I will take it. If you want me to explain the entire pseudocode, then maybe I'll come back to you.
Yeah, there's an yeah, in the fifth line, if you see, if x dot physics is greater than the town, how can be a marks greater than be a town itself? That I didn't understand.
See, that's not the case. What is happening in else part that you should read first. We are not comparing town.
Oh yeah, we are.
This is a key, right? Against that,
okay.
some value will be there that will get compared against x dot physics.
Oh yeah, got it.
Understood, right?
For this pseudocode also the else part will be executed first.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there will be a store value stored. Then if for the next iteration, if got
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. So that is how actually you should read these pseudocodes which are specific for dictionary, right? When you are generating dictionary, most of the cases, I'm not saying it holds true. I mean, you should not blindly follow it, but most of the times, else part will get executed first, then followed by if.
because
it's better to just hold on for a second, okay? What happens is you should focus on else part first, followed by if part. In most of the cases when dictionary is getting created,
exactly.
Right? As I said, don't follow it blindly. It might not be the case in some odd location. I mean, for example,
when the dictionary is already created, then it might be.
Then it may not be, or else we can also give a twist, right? Along with this each key, I can put a not over here.
Yeah,
not of its key, right? Then it's opposite, right? Then if executes first, then else executes, right? So you just have to be a bit careful about this, but yeah, that's how it will be.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we'll move to the next person. Sakshi.
Yes, sir. Practice assignment 8, question number 4.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Tell me what's the doubt here. Sakshi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you be more precise on what exactly your doubt is?
Yes, sir. From line number 14. I didn't understand.
Line number 14. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is this the line?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Question
sir.
number 4, line number 14. This.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you, I mean, this is very simple, right? Two variables are initialized over here. Can you be more precise on what your exact doubt is? I mean, what part you're not understood? So that I can help 14, you better, right?
I don't understand the code.
From line 14 or only line 14?
From line 14.
From line 14. Okay. Have you understood line 14 in the first place? What this particular is?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain me what is C and what is Y after executing this line 14?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I'm asking you. Can you explain me what C will be or
C
what
is
Y
an
will
empty
be?
list or
Correct.
Y is equal to 0.
Yeah. So Y is an integer variable and C is of type list, which is empty as at this point of time, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And then this is just a for loop, for each loop, where we are iterating over all the keys in dictionary D. Right? We have constructed a dictionary D. I mean, some dictionary D was initialized over here. And then in this while loop, we have updated values of every field in this particular dictionary D. Right? Yes. And then we are iterating over every key inside this dictionary D. Now, as you see, this dictionary D has 7 keys: M, T, U, W, T, H, F, S, A, S, U. I mean, which are short forms or acronyms for each day of the week, right? From Monday to Sunday.
Yes, sir.
So that's what we are iterating on. So variable B will hold one of these value at any given point of time. Let's say maybe first it holds Monday, then maybe next it holds Saturday, then maybe Thursday. In some order is not important, but B will hold one of these values in every iteration, right?
Yes, sir.
And then what we are checking whether y is equal to d of b or not. So right at this point of time, y is 0. And d of b will have some value, right? I mean, d of b, let's say at this point of time, b is, let's say, Tuesday. So for d of b, as in for d of Tuesday, there will be some value based on whatever happened over here in this particular loop, right? And
Yes,
we are
sir.
specifically doing it for one station, which is Mumbai. So based on whether train is there or not for Tuesday for Mumbai station, some value will be there against that Tuesday, right? If that value is equal to y, we append that particular b, as in that particular day, in list C, right?
Yes, sir.
If it's equal. If not, then if it's less, right? In this case, y is less than whatever value which is which is there in D. If y is less than that, we update C and y, right? We initialize C
Yes, sir.
back to B and y to D of B.
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding this? Or still
Yes,
there
sir.
is some confusion?
Yes, sir. In option.
Okay, before going to option, can you tell me what's your answer? I will go to correct answer then. Tell me what's your answer for this question.
Sir, my answer is A.
Your answer is A, the busiest day of the Mumbai station. And the answer is
B.
List of busiest days of Mumbai station, right?
Yes, sir.
Why so? Because of this part. Okay, whatever you said is correct considering this if block. From line 19 to 22, your answer is correct, right? But there is additional part from 16 to 18 that you are missing one. See, busiest day means what? There will be some day on which Mumbai will have maximum number of trains, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say 10 trains. But then there is a possibility that there are 2 such days on which Mumbai has 10 trains, right? Let's say Tuesday and Friday. On Tuesday, Mumbai is having 10 trains. Okay. And Friday also 10 trains are there.
Okay.
Then you cannot say that Tuesday is the busiest day or Friday is the busiest day. Both Tuesday, Friday are the busiest days, right?
Okay. Yes,
and
sir.
that is getting captured over here. So assuming y is currently 10 and then d of b comes, which is again 10. So if both are 10, we are appending to that list C.
Okay.
Right? So we are creating that list. We are appending the new value into existing list only if the number of trains visiting that station is same, right?
Yes.
So this part you missed, that's why you answered busiest day. It is a list of busiest days. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So that's what actually I was asking you, that what exactly is troubling you? So that I would have explained you directly these 3 lines and we would have stopped, right?
Yes, sir.
If I understand your problem, your doubt clearly, then maybe I can pinpoint a specific part of pseudocode and explain you better. Anyways, fine. So is that from your side, Sakshi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sure. Thanks. Then we'll move to...
Sir, I am having doubt in the same question. May I ask?
Yeah, sure, Rohit. Go ahead.
So
Hold on for a second. Okay, next I'll come to you after closing this. Yeah, Rohit.
If you move a little upward, yeah. So from the 4th line, okay. So basically, we're reading the first card. So after reading the first card, okay. So the first card we'll go to the card where the station name is Mumbai.
Correct.
So when we go inside the card, so there is a list of values. Okay.
Correct.
So does X dot train list means the list which is mentioned in the station name, or we have to go to the other set, because in this
No,
there are
you
two
don't
different
have to. You don't have to. We are focusing on what a particular station name is Mumbai, right? If that is the case, on that same card X, there is a train list, right? Below that, I mean, the card itself has, I mean, the entire, if you look at the card, the prominent data on a Mumbai card will be the train list, right? There will be some other things like Mumbai name will be written, some card number or some other things might be there. But the most prominent data on any station card is the list of trains visiting or starting or terminating. I mean, either it's a starting station, ending station, or a intermediate station for some train, right? And all such trains are listed on that particular card.
Yes.
Right.
So there are
and for
train
Mumbai,
numbers,
it's a big
arrival,
station, so
departure,
there are
and
some
date.
2-3 cards, right?
There are 3 cards.
Three
Exactly.
cards, right? Correct.
Right.
Right.
So
So what's
my
next? Yeah.
next thing is, so let's see if I'm going to X dot train list. So this data, sorry, the day will be considered the days column, basically.
Yeah. So days, days column is there, right? The rightmost column for every train, right? That will be considered.
Okay. Okay. So I was a little bit confused over here that I need to go to the other data set.
No, not needed. Not needed.
Okay. Okay.
See, it is if that is the case, we will mention that as part of the question, right? Over here, what's mentioned? Using the station-wise cards for train data set, right? That means you don't have to focus on train-wise cards, right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Okay. So next is Pawan.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Sir, my question, activity question 8.3.
Okay. Question number? Third question. This one, right? This pseudocode.
Second question.
Second question. Okay. Yes, Pawan. So can you tell me what's your doubt is with this particular second question?
This question.
Pawan, your voice is breaking. I'm not able to hear you properly. Is it just with me or others? Can somebody verify?
Yes, sir. Voice is breaking.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So Pawan, I think you are facing some internet issue on your end. Can you just check that and get back?
Now clear, sir?
Yeah, it's better. Go ahead.
Sir, I am not able to understand second question.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, fine. You have not understood the question at all, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me make it let's read through the question and let's see what the question is, right? What it says, consider the dictionaries discussed in the class, which is train wise and station wise, right? So in the class, as in, we are specifically pointing out this lecture 8.3, right? Because it's activity 8.3. So we are talking about lecture 8.3, right? What will be the value of variable d after execution of the following pseudocode? So before solving this question, make sure you have watched and understood lecture 8.3. If there is some confusion with 8.3, you will not understand this question, right? So if that's the case, please watch lecture 8.3 once again. Okay. So assuming you have understood and you know what train-wise and station-wise dictionaries are, let me explain this particular question, right? So we are supposed to find out what will the value of d, right? So train wise of 12260, right? So 12260 is a specific train, right? So for that train, some value will be there as per this particular dictionary. So in this dictionary train wise, there will be a key which is 12260, right? So that value will come in B. So B will be a list actually. So if you remember that lecture, what train wise is, it holds the list of all the trains, all the stations, right? All the stations of for particular train 12260. So B will be a list of all those stations, right? Then we have taken first of B, right? B is a list. We have taken first of B. What is first of B? Definitely first of B will be the starting point of this particular train, 12260, right? It will be some station. It will be some station name. So that station name we are supposed to check now in a station-wise dictionary, right? So station-wise dictionary will have that particular station name. Against that, there will be some value. What that value will be? It will be a list of all the trains which are supposed to be there for that particular station. And that is another list. That list will come in variable C. And what we are supposed to do is take the last of C, right? And last of C will be some train number which will come in D. I don't remember what that exact number is. It will be some, yeah, this 12259. So what you are supposed to do is first look at this card 12260, pick up the first station name from there, then look at that particular station card and pick up the last train number from that particular station. And it will be 12259, which is the answer for D. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Pawan. So please, I mean, now you can please refer to the data set for this particular card followed by that station card, and you should get this value. If not, then please come back. I will show you how to do that again. Okay. Pawan, are you there? Okay, I think we lost your connection, but anyway, it's a recorded session. You can always go back on YouTube and hear back whatever I have explained. So I will move to next person, Siddharth.
Yes, sir. Practice assignment, question number 3.
Week 8, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Question number 3.
Okay, what's the doubt? I mean, have you looked at
I have a problem in the two options given in the answer.
Okay.
The second one, I think the second one and the third one are the same option, I think.
Okay.
I was not able to distinguish between these two options.
Okay, I understand. I saw some similar question on forum also, that some student was asking that what's the difference between these two, right? And I remember explaining it to him. So I will quickly tell you with some example. Okay.
Okay.
So assume a particular a shopping bill or some card from Big Bazaar. Okay.
Yes.
And over there, some items. Okay. Maybe it will be easier if I show you that. If I write it down, then it will be easier. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, is it visible?
Yes.
This
Yes.
particular tab from forum.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I was explaining, the student was asking same question. So consider this particular card, right? Food. There are 2 items. Yes. Okay. I mean, food has quantity 2. I bought, let's say, 2 food items, maybe 2 apples. Okay. Assume like that. So this is quantity and this is the category. Food is the category, and these many quantities I bought for that.
This is over all the cards of Big Bazaar.
No, it's a single card.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So then utilities, I bought some 10 items. For food, there's another item. Maybe this originally it was apple, maybe this time eggs, maybe the next time milk, something like that. Okay. So category is repeating, but item is different. That's why there are multiple entries, right? If you look at the card, you will know that there are, this thing is there, right?
Yes, yes.
At the end, what is the highest? It's 10 is the highest, right? Because if you club food together, 2 plus 1 plus 2, still it's 5. Your toiletries is 3, but utilities 10 is the highest.
Yes, yes.
Right? Which is one. Okay. Anyway, it's already there. So, which is option B.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we are considering food as 3, right?
Sorry.
Here we are in the pseudo-code. We are considering food as 3, utilities as 1, and toiletries as 1.
Yes, that is option C.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. I got it.
Now you understood the difference between option B and C, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Just one more clarification regarding graded assignment question. I
Okay.
don't need the answer. I just need to know. I don't remember the question. Can you scroll down, sir? Just a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, go down, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I can't understand that clearly.
Which one?
That options you were saying, highest. And
Okay, fine. Sure, sure. So I'll come to you. Okay. Let me finish this part and I'll again explain that thing. Okay,
Yes,
Rohit?
yes, sir, please go down, sir. Please.
Yeah.
Just one. Yes. This one regarding the options of this question 6. In the third option, it is written all values of the dictionary elements are not 0. Which dictionary they are talking about, sir? Because there are many dictionaries in this pseudocode. There is Z, there is D, there is DB, and DB is a nested dictionary, so it's a dictionary of dictionaries, and Z is also a dictionary. So which dictionary they are talking about in this option, sir?
Okay. All values of the dictionary elements are non-zero. Okay.
There is the station dictionary, which is a nested dictionary, and then there is Z also. So which dictionary?
Correct. There are two dictionaries as I can see here, Z and D, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that part is not clear. Okay. So let me correct this on portal directly rather than telling you what's happening. Okay. Let me check what was expected out of this statement, because I also have to check. I have not created this question, so before me commenting, it's better to get a confirmation from person who created the question.
Okay.
So we'll send out.
What I inferred was it must be referring to the dictionary Z, but then I have to confirm whether it is dictionary Z only or they're not talking about any other dictionary.
Correct, but before that, is this the case for either of the dictionaries?
No,
based on that, does the answer changes? That's my question.
For one dictionary, the elements are always non-zero, but for one dictionary, the elements may be 0 also.
Okay. So that answer, whether to select that dot or not, it actually depends on this clarification, right? Yeah. So Siddharth, let me get back to you on this.
Okay. So I should see the forum, right?
Yeah. No, not just forum. We'll update it here itself. We'll update this. Ideally, this option should have that information. It's a complete option, in my opinion, in that sense, right? So we'll mention this dictionary, as we say dictionary, right? After that, some Z or D, the letter should come.
Dictionary they're talking about is.
Yeah, the date is 6th July, right? Yeah. So anyway, we the time is there.
Okay.
That's so we'll update it and we'll send the announcement also. We'll do both.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Siddharth. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go back to that previous clarification. So I believe it was Rohit, right? Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Yeah. Okay. So Rohit, can you tell me what part you did not understood? So maybe I can explain that again.
Means they appeared like similar, because in both of cases we are indirectly talking about the highest. That's what I.
Yes, correct. There are two types of highest, right? That's what I was explaining. So if I combine all food items, this is 2 plus this one as 3 plus 2. So total, how many food items I purchased? 5, right?
Yes.
And only three toiletries item, and then 10 items from utility category, right? So 10, 3, and 5. Those are the values, right?
Yes.
So which one is highest? 10, right? 10 is highest, right? That means as per option B, utilities is highest, right? But that's not what pseudocode is doing. Pseudocode is checking how many times a particular category appeared on the card. Now, utilities appeared only once. Toiletries appeared only once, but food appeared 3 times. So in that sense, food is 3, utilities is 1, and toiletries is 1. Now which one is highest? 3 is highest, which is food is highest, right? That is option C.
Means in this option C, we are checking about the category.
Sorry. Yeah, so that's
Option
what
three.
we are checking. As per pseudocode, we are focusing on how many times a particular category appeared on the card. That count we are looking for in that pseudocode, and that's why option C is correct. Is it clear, Rohit? I think.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah, understood. Right. Okay, great. Okay, so I don't see any other hands raised. So are there more questions from week 8 or maybe week 7? Because both are based on dictionary. So I prefer to take those questions first. If not, now it's open for everybody to, pitch in and come in with their doubts from any of the weeks. Or if there is some other topic which you want me to discuss, then that's also fine. So whoever has a doubt, please raise your hand and let me know. Yes, anyone? I don't see any hand raise. Should I assume that all doubts are cleared in first 45 minutes of the session? Some 40 odd people are here, but some only 5-6 people asked their doubts. What about others? No doubts? Yes, Asif, you were saying something?
No, sir. No doubt.
Okay. You were on unmute, so I thought maybe you were saying something. Okay, what about others? Any doubts, any feedbacks, any concerns, any complaints specifically? Yeah,
Sir,
Deepa.
Sir, I have a doubt in graded assignment 8, question number 3. Can you please?
Okay, it's a graded assignment. It's still open, so I can't answer you.
Sir, I don't want you to answer. I think there is a misprint there, so I just want to confirm.
Okay, can you tell me line number?
Line number 1, where we define the dictionary. In the chemistry one, there physics and math both are the dictionaries, but
Yes, you are correct. It's a typo. The bracket is incomplete. The opening bracket is missing there, right?
Yes.
That's the point. Yeah, it is. You're correct. You're correct. We'll correct it immediately. Yes.
Through the same question, we have to do this question by following the data set or just without data set.
Okay, now you tell me what you think. What the question is?
I think we should use the data set to go through this.
Correct. Say what the question is. Okay, I think I have stopped sharing. Maybe let me share it again. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what it says? What will be the value of P? They are asking about precisely what will be the value of P. And it's a NAT type question. You have to enter some number over here, right? Rather than selecting some option like this, right?
Yes, sir.
We are not asking what it represents. We are seeing what the value is. That means you have to find that value looking at this particular data set.
Okay, sir, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, Deepa, the opening bracket is has to be there. It's just a typing mistake. We'll fix it immediately. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have doubt from week 7.
Okay.
Question number 10.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Yeah, week 7 graded assignment, right?
Yes, sir. Question number 2.
Who's that? Rohit, right? Yeah. Okay. Question number
10.
10. Okay. Have you looked at the solution document?
get. So actually, I was using some other. Just
Okay, then maybe can you look at the solution document first? I mean, the detailed explanation is already available over there. It's just over here at the top. I believe it should be there. Okay, not there. Then yeah, some solution is already there on the left panel. If you see, right? Maybe you should look at that solution document first. I mean, it's a very detailed solution, even detailed than what I might do. The explanation I might do right now. Rohit? Rohit, are you there?
Sir, I'm downloading. I'm connected something.
Sorry?
Sir, I'm reconnecting something.
Hello.
It wasn't clear, but Rohit, maybe you should look at that solution document as I said, and if you still have a doubt, then maybe you ask again after some time when you when you finish reading it. If you still have a doubt, I'll come back. I'll answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
See.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, Siddharth, you were saying something.
Can you please throw some light on the side effect part, sir? Because like I was not, I understood, but deleting a key from the dictionary, how can it be a side effect? We are trying to do the same thing now by using the procedure. We are trying to delete the key. So that is what our aim is. So how can it be a side effect?
Where is it mentioned that deleting a key is a side effect?
In the lecture, sir, on side effects, week number 8. Week 8, there is a lecture on side effects.
Correct. That lecture is there, but I mean, I don't exactly remember what in what sense or what words professor used at what point of
He
time.
said
But,
that in
see,
this case, side effects are what do you say? Sometimes side effects are not wanted, and sometimes side effects
are intended, right? That's the intent over there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in general, what the word side effect is, you passed some value as a parameter or as an input to a procedure. Okay.
Yes.
And at the end of execution, you get something as some return value, right?
Yes.
So in between this input and output thing, some execution happens within the procedure.
Yes.
And due to that execution, something gets changed into the values which were provided as the input.
Yes.
Then it is termed as side effect. Okay. Then the side effect can be divided into two categories. Either it's expected one, or it is something which we were not expecting it, but it happened for some reason, right?
Okay.
So in this case, if the procedure is supposed to delete the key, then it's the expected side effect.
Okay.
Then you should be happy that it's actually happening because we wanted that to happen.
Yes.
But in some other cases, some side effect might be there which was unwanted, right?
Yes.
So that's what professors are talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should not always say the side effect.
So side effect is something which the procedure does while doing its work.
Exactly.
Changes the input to the procedure. The procedure may be intentionally or maybe during its working, it is changing the input which is provided to it.
Exactly. See, consider procedure as some standalone closed entity. Something comes in, something goes out, right?
Yes.
While going out, something is modified into the thing which came in.
Okay.
Then it's a side effect.
Okay.
So it's an effect of that execution on the input data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else?
Sir, I have a doubt in week 7.
Okay.
Activity 7.3.
Okay. Which question?
Question 1.
1. Okay.
Sir, in this, what
What's
does
the doubt? Can you be more precise? Yeah.
Sir, I was confused in what does the key of chemistry mark represent? Sir, it will represent value or the keys.
Okay. It will take all values, right? This K marks is a dictionary. As
Yes,
it's a dictionary will have multiple keys inside it, right?
Yes,
It will
sir.
have some number of keys inside it. So this keys function returns a list of all those keys.
Okay. Sir, they are in pair na, key and value pairs are there.
Correct. That you are absolutely correct. They will be in pairs, right? But there will be some keys, right? We are not interested in values. When we say keys of K marks, we are collecting only the keys component of that in a list.
Okay, sir. Sir, if we have to collect the values, so
okay,
how?
then there is no direct function for that. We have to iterate over all the all the keys. I mean, using keys, we have to iterate over dictionary and collect those values one by one. That's how it should be. There is no direct function like this.
Okay, sir.
I mean, you have to write one for each loop for that.
Okay, sir.
Understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? So if not, then maybe I'm wondering that earlier we used to, we used to exceed our live sessions by even, I myself have extended live sessions by half an hour, maybe even 45 minutes, 1 hour sometimes. So nowadays the sessions are ending even before time. Is there any particular reason? I mean, in fact, the earlier topics were easier. Now the topics are getting tougher week by week. Still, number of doubts are less. Is it? Can somebody give their opinion on why?
So I think college and semester exams are going on.
Okay.
And not only that,
okay,
people understand it better now. I think in those days they weren't learning. They were very new to this computational thinking.
Right.
And the classes are so fine. The videos, recorded videos are so fine. It explains it so easy. I don't think that in future days people will be having as many doubts as they used to have in the past.
Okay, so it's a good sign. That's all. We should take it in a positive sense. That's what you're saying, Mohammed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, we were worried that student lost interest or they feel live sessions are not helping them or something. So I hope that's not the case.
Yes,
absolutely not. There is no other place I have seen this kind of computational thinking teaching without using computers. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
In the upcoming quiz, up to dictionary will be asked, right?
Yes, up to week 8. Up to this particular. Yeah, week 8. Week 1 to week 8. 1 to 8 is the syllabus for quiz 2.
Okay.
Sir, in that exam also any cutoff mark is there, sir?
No, I mean, you have to focus, refer the grading policy, right? We have grading document.
Okay.
Yeah, so refer to that. There is no specific
but mostly
cutoff.
we have to put our concentration towards 5 to 8.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can
like that, sir.
You can say that. So the thing is, whatever you have studied in week 1 to 4, right?
Those are all the basics.
Yeah, those are basics, but that's implicitly used in 5 to 8, right? What you studied in 1 to 4, you studied how to write a pseudocode, how if else works, how while works, right? So these things are inherently there in list and dictionaries also, right?
Yes, sir.
So of course you can say, yeah, you have to give more focus on 5 to 8, but if you have not understood how for each loop works or how if else works, then
we can't go through this.
You will struggle, right?
Yes, sir.
So in that sense, it's based on week 1 to 8. But of course, the question will be majority focus will be given on 5 to 8. That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Lakshmi.
So what about mock test, sir? Mock test, when it will be?
Yeah, mock is there. We have not announced the schedule yet, huh?
Okay. No.
Okay. No, I'm asking. I
No,
was
till
on
now
leave
there
for
is no
last 1 month or so. I was on vacation, so I was not aware of these minor details. So I know the date. It's not announced, right? That's my question.
No,
Is it
it's
announced or
not.
not? No.
No,
Right?
it's
TNST revision session calendar.
Okay, so if it's not there in calendar, okay, let me tell you, the tentative date for computational thinking mock is 7th of July. Okay, the tentative date, once the operational team finalizes it, they will announce it along with all other courses. But from our side, that's what we have proposed, and that's the tentative date, 7th of July.
And it will be a timed mock or just like in the previous case?
Yeah, it will be a timed mock, but later on it will be opened as practice assignment. So
okay.
Yeah, so for that period, you can treat it as an exam, and later on you can use it for practice purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt. May I ask?
Yeah, Asif, go ahead. No, who's that? Pratyush.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, could you explain me the difference between records and dictionary? They seem similar.
Yeah, they are same, in fact. So whatever you are understanding is absolutely correct. Record is a generic term. Okay.
Record is generic term for dictionary.
Yeah, record is a generic term. I mean, it's non-programming, non-computer science term, right? It's like a record keeping thing which we use in day in, day out. It's just like a generic word from English language. But dictionary is a precise word used in programming languages. Or in fact, more precisely, dictionary came into picture via Python.
Okay. And
okay, so your understanding is absolutely correct. Record and dictionary are nothing but the same.
Okay, and sir, I googled about pseudocodes. What type of pseudocode we are learning? Or there are like Python-based pseudocodes, Java-based, and C++-based pseudocodes, right?
Correct. I mean, every language code can be converted into pseudocode. In fact, it's actually opposite. You write a pseudocode first and convert pseudocode into actual program based on specific language. So
what type of pseudocode we are learning?
Okay. It is a bit tricky, but yeah, I'll tell you. There is no specific language we have kept in mind while designing these pseudocodes. Some of the components which we are studying, which we have focused on in these pseudocodes, are from Python, whereas some components are from the standard languages like C, C++, Java. I mean, C, C++, Java follow almost similar syntax. Logically, they have some differences, but syntactically, all three languages are pretty much similar. So we have some combination of Java, C, C++, Java, as well as Python. Because see, as per our syllabus in this degree program, right, in this particular BSc, we are formally we are going to teach you two programming languages, Python and Java. Okay, so considering that fact, we have somehow made we have put together a combination of these two languages and created these pseudocodes. So when you study Python, you will see some similarities from our pseudocode to Python. When you study Java, again you will see some similarities from our pseudocodes to Java. So you will see similarity in both those languages. So it's actually a combination of those two.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, so in fact, if you go to Python, you will see, I mean, I am one of the faculty for Python, right? I mean, you call faculty, instructor, whatever. So half of the lectures are done by Professor Sudarshan, as you might know, and remaining half are done by me. So I brought in that Python concept from there, and Java is taught by Madhavan sir, right? Which again, he is there in CT. So that both things come together in CT, and that's how these pseudocodes are generated.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Coming back to this question regarding the difference between record and dictionary.
Okay.
The examples which we are seeing in this questions of computational thinking, most of these dictionaries are like, suppose we have a dictionary who has the first set of keys as the town, say, and then the
Okay.
second set of keys is the maths marks. Maths, there is a, for example, in every for every key of town, there is a nested dictionary which is having maths marks, or
Okay.
there is a nested dictionary having physics marks. So
Mhm.
it is a very, what do you say, so the keys are of the similar type. That's what I mean to say. For example, if the first set of keys is all towns,
Mhm.
but in the cards which you have seen, which you say every card is a record.
Mhm.
So in that card, the different fields are all different. The keys are all different, and the
Mhm.
values they are representing are also different. For example, there is a name, there is a gender, there is a physics mark, there is a chemistry mark. So the keys are all different. So can a dictionary have different keys? For example, in a dictionary, can there be a key called Chennai? Similarly, can there be a key called gender? Like,
Yes. Yes, it's absolutely possible. Okay. Dictionary will not stop you from doing that.
okay, okay,
Okay. Dictionary is what? It's a collection of elements, and every element has two components, key and value. Okay. Computer, whatever logical differentiation you did, right?
yes,
That is something human brain understands. Computer doesn't understand that.
okay, okay,
You understand that Chennai, Bangalore, Vellore, they are all cities. They have some relation. That's something you understand. Computer doesn't understand. You
okay,
write Chennai as first key, and maybe XYZ or some random characters as second key. Computer will treat it as a string,
okay,
right? As a human beings, we understand that that CHEN, that spelling has some meaning. That's something we understand. For computers, it's just a string,
okay.
right? So it's absolutely possible. There is nothing wrong in having such a dictionary.
So can we say that, sir, all the score, for example, a score dataset card, is it a dictionary? Can we call it
Yes.
a dictionary?
Yes.
But then, sir, we are referring to fields in that dictionary as a dot gender, a dot name, or
Correct.
a dot physics. So
Correct.
why are we not referring to them as dictionary values? Like the dictionary syntax is different, right, sir?
Yes, correct. But see, we started using data sets in week 1, right?
Yes, yes.
At that point of time, dictionary was not introduced.
Because, sir,
we started with something which is easier at that point, and we had to continue, right? At suddenly in week 7, if we change that, then there will be a lot of confusion in students' mind, right?
Because, sir, in the pseudocodes which are in this graded assignment of 8 or practice assignment of week 8, there is a there is a reference to the item list of the shopping bill data set.
Correct.
For every A in A dot item list.
Correct.
For every Z in A dot item list.
Correct.
And then we are referring to Z dot category or Z dot item or
correct,
something like that.
Correct.
So on the one hand, we are learning dictionary syntax, dictionary syntax.
Correct.
On the other hand, we are talking about this, what do you say, records, as in the cards.
Correct.
So, I mean, will these cards also will be having the syntax similar to dictionary in the coming days, or?
Okay, I'll tell you. See, initially we started with cards, and that's how we accessed a particular field on card using that dot entity, right? The dot which comes over there. I mean, in programming terms, it is considered, it's referred as dot operator. Okay. There are some programming languages which use this dot operator for various different reasons. Okay. And again, let me go back to my previous explanation which I gave to somebody else. The pseudocodes are generated using a combination of programming languages, namely Python and Java. Okay. Lists and dictionaries come from Python. Okay. But dot operator, the way you access a particular field which is inside a particular entity, like as you say, X is a card, and then we say X dot gender, X dot physics.
Okay.
So that this particular notion comes from Java. Okay. In Java, in Java terms, the X becomes object, and then that followed by dot, followed by, let's say, physics becomes a field which is accessed using that object X.
Okay. Okay.
So both notions are very important, and they both have importance with respect to specific language. And that's why we wanted to retain and continue with both things, because when you actually go there, you will feel some kind of comfort when you start doing those things.
Okay. So like this Z in the shopping bill data set, suppose card number, suppose A dot item list refers to the list of all the items in the shopping bill, a particular card.
Correct.
And
So if you look at Siddharth, if you look at the shopping bill, right, it's not directly a record. Inside record there is a list also, right?
Yes,
list of all those items. So we are with that item list, we are accessing that particular list and iterating upon that.
And each item in that list also is a record.
Correct. Absolutely.
Each item in that list is also a record. Right?
Is a record. Correct.
Exactly. Because it has a item name, it has a category, it has a amount, and it has a unit price, and then so that is a record itself.
Exactly. So if you consider shopping bill data set as a whole, right, as a set of 30 cards, it's a 3-level thing. At top level, it's a record. Inside that there is a list, and inside that list there is again records. It's a 3-level or 3 directional data set, right?
Okay.
And that is the exact reason that we do not have created tables for shopping bills data set. You will see scores table, you will see words table, but you will not see shopping bills table anywhere, because table is a 2-dimensional entity and shopping bills is a 3-dimensional entity.
Okay.
So if you remember a particular lecture from week 4, where professor explained how we can convert these cards into a table in a tabular format, he precisely mentioned it's not that easy, or it's not possible.
You have to maintain 2 tables, and you have to connect those 2 tables using a common
field, right? Which is again, I mean, if you consider it, that's how we can only do it for 3-dimensional entities. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Dev.
Sir, sorry, sir, I joined the class at 8:35 around. I was late, but you have solved the graded assignment. I've seen the solution also. But so there are some questions, the 10th question, and the question above that. In the first question, there is A not equals to B. So I was not getting it. Can you explain me? The 10th question, I was not getting the whole question.
Okay. Have you looked at the solution document first?
Yes, sir. I was just looking at that only.
Okay.
That's why I asked you, sir.
Okay, and that's the part which you have, some precise part you did not understood, right?
Yes, sir, and I can tell you.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen first. You're talking about graded assignment week 7, right?
Yes, sir, graded assignment week 7.
Question number?
10, sir, 10.
10. Okay, the 10th one only. Okay, somebody else also had a doubt regarding this. I don't know whether he is there. I think Rohit, I guess it was Rohit. I don't know whether he's still there or not. Okay, yeah. So
I got my 10th because I got it 10th and 9th both wrong. And 9th I had a doubt, but I will ask it later because I have selected more than I know now. But 10th question, I didn't got the question. The coding, I didn't got it, sir.
Okay.
So
yeah.
mixed up. Sorry.
Okay, can you tell me where you went wrong or where? Okay, hold on. Before that, this is the correct answer as per the given set, right? Dictionary with words as keys mapped to the number of sentences in which vowel is present. Okay, according to you, what was the answer?
According to sir, I chose a dictionary with words as keys mapped to the number of sentences in which the word is present. No, sir, sorry. Dictionary with words as keys mapped to the frequency count of the word in the data set.
Okay, so this option B, right? This is what you selected.
Sir, option B.
Yeah, option B. That's what you selected. And the correct answer is option A.
Yes, dictionary with keys as keys mapped to the number of sentences in which the word is present. Yes, sir, option A. I selected option B.
Is the correct option, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 So before me explain, as anyway we have time, so maybe we can do this. Can you tell me that why you thought that option B is correct? Can you explain this pseudocode to me in your own words so that I will get a better idea about where you're going wrong? And
Yes,
why?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I can explain it.
Sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. 1 minute, sir. Let me get.
I have shared it. So.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I've opened it. So in this, actually I do it a little different. I just go to the code. So in this, I read the question. Let a unique L will represent the unique element of L, and W count will what will W count represent?
Correct.
So I can see WL list is a list, unique list is a list. W count is a keys
It's
for
empty
that.
dictionary. Empty dictionary.
Yes, empty dictionary.
Right.
So in that first word list the word is taken from the data set. So if the word ends with full stop, unique list is taken to
First
unique.
of all, don't
So
miss this.
then we
first of all, don't miss this. Irrespective of that, we are always appending that word to W list.
Yes, sir.
Irrespective of whether it ends with a full stop or not, every word is getting added to this W list. Line number 5. Don't miss
yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, continue with line 6 onwards.
Sir, your voice is
my voice is breaking.
lagging.
Oh, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it for everybody?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. It's clear. No, sir.
So I think they with some issues on your end, I guess.
Yes, sir. Now it's clear. Now it's clear.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, Dev.
Okay.
I can.
So after that, in W list, yes, sir, every word is added in respect of the full stops. So as soon as a full stop comes with a word, so unique list, now the list goes into unique list procedure. So we go to procedure of unique list. In that, if key, it is counted W count and W and word. Means
hold on, we are not going into that procedure. That procedure is outside, and that's something which code is not given here, but we have to assume that it returns back the unique list. We are not going into that procedure.
Yes,
procedure is not there.
Okay.
Yeah, so whatever list was created, right, we pass that list to that unique procedure and it returns back the unique list. So now this unique list variable will hold all the unique words for a particular sentence.
Okay.
Is
unique
this clear?
words for a
particular sentence. See what W list will do. W list will compile all the words. It will keep adding all the words into this list, right? It will keep appending those words, right?
Okay.
Are you following this?
Yes. Yes, sir, I'm saying it.
So at some point of time, a full stop will come. That's when we will do what? We will pass that list, W list, to this procedure unique. And as it's mentioned over here, what the unique list procedure do? It returns the list of unique elements of L. So L will have some elements. So L as in this, in this case, W list will have some elements. So all the duplicates will be removed. And only unique words will be retained. And that's a new list called unique list. And this will happen only when we come to a full stop in a sentence.
Yes, sir, that's what I told you. In W list, the word is added in a sentence, as you see. The word is adding and adding until a full stop comes. So when a full stop comes, we go. The list is passed on to unique W list. The list is passed to unique list, in which the procedure is done.
Correct.
In which every word which is seen is checked. If it is there, then the word count adds to 1, and if it's not, it's its first word count. Means if the same word is there with the if the same word is there, so we add it to its value. Just as we see the word Raj for the first time, so it's 1. We create a word count for that word, that is 1, and if we see it again, then we increase it by 1, increment it by 1.
Right.
and after that, at the end of this unique list procedure, W list is
see, don't call it unique list procedure. This is not unique list procedure. This is unique list is a list, and we are iterating on that list. The procedure is not there.
Okay.
That's why I'm. That's what
yes,
I'm
yes,
saying.
sorry.
Yeah, don't get confused. See, this thing is happening.
Okay.
See, this W count. It's happening across data set. W count is a dictionary which we are maintaining across data set. Whereas unique list is a list of words, a unique words in a single sentence.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this W list or unique list will hold only words from a single sentence at a time. And for every time after one sentence ends, we are resetting the value of W list to empty list. But that's not the case with W count. W count is a dictionary which maintains some count across data set. Okay, not for a specific sentence. That part you have to understand. List, this W list or unique list are only for a precise sentence, whereas W count is for entire data set.
Okay. The dictionary with words as keys mapped to number of sentences which the word is present. Okay.
I think that's the place where you made a mistake.
Okay, I got that, sir. It is for a whole data set.
It's for a whole data set. Because this W count we initialized over here. After that, we are either doing +1 or assigning 1. We never made it empty again. But with respect to W list, after the iteration, after this particular iteration, we are making it empty because it's only for a precise sentence, for one sentence at a time.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you explain me the 7th question?
7th. Okay.
Hello.
Sure. I mean.
Yes, sir. 7th.
Yeah.
I said an option. I chose the option of list of unique alphabets of each word from the words dataset.
List of alphabets.
Unique alphabets of each word from the words dataset. That is the last option, sir.
Okay, list of unique alphabets. Okay, this is what you selected, and the correct option, list of unique alphabets.
Yes, sir.
Why you thought it's a list of lists?
Sir, because
the rest of the part is correct, right? It is a unique list of unique alphabets. So this part is correct. Why you thought list of list? Can you tell me that?
Some list plus W. So actually, in the previous question also, I did of list. So after that, I was in the same mind frame, but I did it. W is explore.word, and we add the word to it, and do something is given above. It includes only the unique elements of the words, which we have seen through. We have on the top it is given do something is such a procedure in which the unique elements are returned only. Unique elements are written. If we give it, we just get the unique elements out of the list.
Right.
So
see, this is the place where some list that list is having getting appended with some values, right? At this place.
Okay, sir.
Right. That's what the question is about. Some list, the variable some list, and some list. The values are getting added to that particular variable or that particular list in line number 5. Right.
Okay, sir.
Originally, some list is an empty list.
Yes, sir.
And what we are appending? We are appending capital W.
Okay, sir.
Capital W is what? Explode. I mean, whatever value returned by explode of x dot word. So x dot word.
Yes, sir.
What it will return? It will return.
It will return the single letter.
All the characters from a word.
Yes, sir.
Right,
yes,
which is a list.
Yes, sir.
So it is list plus another list.
Yes, sir.
Why you think it is list of list then?
So
if we put that W inside square brackets, then only it will become list of list, right?
Okay, sir. So the why? So sir, in the above question, the sixth question, there was list of lists.
Okay, as per
Why-
question, okay, it is list of list in above word, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why? Because W list
Okay.
is already a list and we put that inside another list.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes. Got that completely. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
So in the seventh question, the initialization should be capital W, right? For the list. Small
Question
W.
number
Seven, just now.
Okay. Yeah. Capital W. Yeah, correct. I mean, everywhere it's capital W. I don't know what went wrong and it became small w here. Yeah, you're right.
But since there are no more lists, I think it's understandable.
Yeah. I mean, it's a typo. It's a mistake. I mean, it should be correct. We should not give any excuse for this. But yeah, you're right.
So, sir, then shall we get the full mark here?
No, Vishwajit. No, you won't.
Sir, actually, I have done only one mistake here.
This is not a good enough reason to get a wrong answer for this question. Okay, I mean, if it was genuine thing, we would have given, but this is not good enough.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I have a doubt on that. Sir, can a list data type? I mean, can we use a list data type as a key variable?
Okay. List as a key, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, suppose here you have put W inside a list at line number 5. Then I mean it will have the list as a key. And
no,
the value
not key,
is,
right? No. It's already list, right? It will be a list of list. It's not a dictionary. Dictionary is not used in this question at all.
Oh yes. Yeah. So, sorry, sir. So my question was that can we use list as a key?
Your question, I'll answer that, but don't get confused. Here, that's not the case.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So Vishwajit, whatever your question you are asking is bit advanced than what we are studying right now. I will answer it, but if you understand it, it's good. If not, please absolutely ignore it. Okay. You will study this in detail when you actually study Python. Okay.
Okay. I think we cannot do any.
We cannot. Yes, that part is correct. We cannot. Definitely. I mean, if you want answer in terms of just can or cannot, then we cannot. That answer I can give you directly. If you want to know why, then that answer is bit more advanced than what we are studying.
So then, what are the limits? I mean, what data types can we use?
Okay, so that's what. I'll tell you that part. So that's what. So this particular thing you will study in depth in Python. I remember I only have recorded that part of content for Python. So that's why I'm so confidently telling you that it's there in Python. But anyways, right now I'll just give you a glimpse of why it's not possible for list and what are the possibilities, what cannot be, right? But once again, as a disclaimer, I will tell you to anyone who's listening now or anyone who might listen later on YouTube. This is advanced than what we are studying. It's not from computational thinking. So if you do not understand, please ignore it. Nobody will ask you any question based on this particular concept.
Sir,
okay.
Sir, but here in this question, if we consider that procedure do something, can we just scroll up?
Okay.
Then here the BICT, which is a dictionary, but it will store if we use that W as a list in line number 5.
No, but some list is still a list, right?
Yes, sir.
We are adding some values inside a list. What is problem in that? There is no dictionary is not used in this pseudocode at all. There is no dictionary. W and some list, both are lists.
No, sir. Sir, after executing this while loop, we will do the operation do something procedure on the
Correct.
list.
So do something is okay. Do something is used over here.
Line, question 5.
Above, or question number 5. Huh? No,
Just
not 5.
above
This
that.
one. This,
Yes,
this
yes,
do something.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Then what will happen to that?
But do something also returns a list, right?
Yes, sir. It is returning a list, but what about this line number 2?
Line number 2, yeah. This is a dictionary. Agree.
Then
but we are not adding list as a key anywhere in this dictionary. Where do you see that the list is getting added as a key?
Okay.
We are adding A as a key, right? And A is an element in a list. A list. A is an element of that list. It's not an entire list. That we are adding as a key.
Yes, sir. Exactly. If my question is, if we do some changes in line number 5 at question number 7.
Oh, you are saying if we change the code and all that.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Yeah. Then, so that's what I'm telling you, Bishwajit. It is not possible to add a list as a key in a dictionary. Okay. You can have a list as a value, but you cannot have list as a key.
Yes, sir. Exactly. Sir, actually, I considered that. I mean, where I did mistake for that question. So,
okay.
Even if after considering, I was not getting the correct answer. The correct answer for me was it is storing the alphabets for each unique words in the list in that long list.
So now I hope it's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, exactly at this point, the B list is a list of lists now, because in this you have said it is added in a square bracket.
No, again, Dave, you are making mistake. Not necessary that just because we added in the square bracket, it doesn't mean it's a list of. You see, consider what is A in the first place. What is A? A is an element. A is not a list.
Okay.
And then you added one element in a square bracket. That's required in order to execute this plus operator.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
If it's over here, this one, right? It was already a list.
Yes, sir, it's all already.
On top of that, you added this. Okay.
Sorry, sir. It was operation to add it. Sorry.
Yes, correct.
Sir, so just a small query. So the third question is very small. Actually, it happens to me in this finding incorrect. Sometimes I was not able to find in this question. If it's not the third, sir. I said third question, sir.
This is third only, right?
Question 4, sir. Question 4. Sorry, question 4.
Yeah.
And this, yes, sir. So in that there is, as you can see, the answer is the incorrect conditional statement.
Line 4. Okay.
Yes, sir. I was not able to get it. Why it was not incorrect? Is key first book X dot author? It gets X dot genre. So is it somewhat related? Key. I was not able to decode it, sir. Please explain.
Okay. First, let me see what the pseudocode is supposed to do. Okay. So what it says? At the end of execution, first book stores the dictionary with the author's name as a key, mapped to the genre of their first published book.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
First published book.
Yes, sir.
Now, what will happen with respect to this pseudocode? Currently, first book is empty dictionary.
Yes, sir.
Then you are checking in that first book X.author exists or not. If it exists, then it will return true. You do this operation.
Okay, sir.
But right now it's empty.
Yes, sir.
Then how you will find this X.author in first book? You cannot find. You cannot find that author in this dictionary, right?
Yes, sir.
That means at the end of this particular pseudocode, this will remain empty.
Okay. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. I got it. Thank you, sir.
That's the problem. You have to add not over here, not of
yes.
each key.
Yes. Thank you.
Code is correct.
Sir, also in this question, if an author published 2 books in a year, then what will happen at that case?
It's fine, right? See, the point is, okay, I'm not saying the pseudocode is completely correct. There might require some additional code.
So if you could, yes, sir, if you could add some extra information in the question that assume that all authors published a book in a year.
No, even in that case,
only
right?
one book.
Even in that case, it's in ascending order, right? So even author publishes multiple books in same year.
Sir, ascending order means in the dataset it is given only the year of publication.
Yeah.
It's not saying about the month. So
yeah, I mean,
how can I
you don't have to go to that level of details, right? When we say first book, we just said that their first book, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, you can go then month, then if month, then you might say day, then you might say even hours, minutes. So it's never ending thing, right?
Yes, sir.
The point is to understand whether you understood that, whether this pseudocode is right or wrong, right? That is the reason. Have you ever saw anywhere in computational thinking that we ask you to write a pseudocode by yourself? We never ask you to write a pseudocode.
Yes, sir.
Right?
This is
the very reason. Yeah, here onwards you will. In CT, you will not be required to do that. But once we start with Python, you will have to write your own Python codes. In fact, over there, you will do the writing. We will not write any code. There will be only one programming exams will be there, where only thing, the entire exam, you have to write Python codes, nothing else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is pseudocode, it's a bit different. So this is something where you should understand logic. You should understand where a mistake is there in the given code. Once you get all hang of all this, then you move to writing. It is just like, the way the kids are taught, right? First you teach a toddler how to speak. Then writing comes last, right? First the speaking comes first, then reading comes, then writing comes. It's same thing. Yeah.
Sir, please scroll down, sir, 1 minute.
Okay. So Siddharth, Bishwajit, I have still not answered your thing that why list cannot be used as a dictionary key, or what things can be or cannot be used as a dictionary key. Maybe we'll come back to that later. Okay. But definitely I will answer you as part of this session itself.
So, sir, in the same regarding my question is regarding that only, this particular procedure.
Okay.
Here A cannot be a list, right?
Yeah, A cannot be a list. Correct.
Okay. And suppose we are talking about scores dataset card as a dictionary, then it will have keys like sequence number, name, gender, town, like that. It will have keys like that.
Correct.
And corresponding to each key, there will be a value.
Correct.
Which will be of a different, and each key and each value will be of a different data type. Only thing, it will not be a list. Otherwise, it will be of a different data type. So, for example, name is of a name is of a different data type. Then gender is of a different data type.
So in fact, in that case, what you are saying is values will be of different data type.
Values will be of
keys
different
will be
data
always strings, right?
Keys will be strings.
I mean, in that sense, it's not mandatory to have keys as strings. We can have keys of different data types also. But as per scores data set, the example which you took. What?
Keys can be of different data types also?
Yes, they can be. We can have integer keys. We can have float keys.
No, suppose we have integer key and a string key in the same dictionary.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We can have that.
Yes, we can have that.
As well as string keys.
Yes, we can.
There are 2 string keys and 2 integer keys. That's allowed.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Okay.
Only thing is you cannot have same key twice. Every key has to be unique.
Yes, that is there. Yes,
but if you, let's say 10, as in 10, 10, right? You have 10 as an integer and then you put 10 in a double quotes. You make it string. Then that's again allowed because one is a string, one is integer.
Okay, so 110 is an integer and the other 10 is a string.
Still, that then again it's allowed because computer doesn't read it as 10. Computer reads one as a 10 and other as a sequence of characters.
Okay.
Right? So that's again allowed.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I have a conceptual doubt regarding dictionary.
Yeah, Raju.
In dictionary, sir, there is a concept that dictionary provides random access.
Yes.
So here, my doubt is dictionary is we can access to the value of dictionary through key.
Correct.
And in key is a kind of list.
Key is not a list. Key is some entity only, right? Which uniquely identifies a value.
Okay, sir.
Key is not a list. The keys function which we have explained, right?
Yes, sir.
That returns a list of keys.
Yes, sir.
But the keys itself is not a list. Key is
Yes,
just a unique entity, right? For example, how I will identify you by using your name, Rajiv, right?
Yes, sir.
So Rajiv is a unique key allotted to you.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
Rajiv name may not be unique. I mean, there will be lakhs of Rajivs in the country, but you got my point, right?
Yes, sir, I got your point.
It's like, or you can say it's Aadhaar number. Aadhaar number is unique across country, right?
Yes, sir. Keys are unique.
So that's a key allotted to you as a person. So in that case, you become a value, and Aadhaar number becomes a key.
Okay, sir. Sir, my question is, keys square bracket dictionary provides the keys of all the keys of the dictionary in the form of a list.
Keys square bracket, yes, all yes,
sir.
correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And first we have to check in the case of a dictionary. First we check whether the specific key we are referring to exists in a dictionary or not.
Correct.
And we can check it through the this list item keys square bracket dictionary.
No, we can directly check that using that each key function, right? We have explained one more special function called each key. So that each key function will tell you whether a particular key exists in that dictionary or not.
Each key function, yes, sir, it can provide whether the key exists or not.
Correct.
But regarding that, sir, I have a doubt. Sir, can you go specifically in the lecture 7.3, sir?
Okay, sure. Hold on.
Sir, exactly.
Lecture
I have the
7.3, right? That's what you said.
Yes,
lecture.
Sir, yes,
yeah.
7.3.
Somebody else said something in between.
Yes, sir.
Time is from sir 17.
Yeah, Rajiv, hold on. Bishwajit, is it related to this or can I come back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is related to this. Sir, my question is, supposing we want to find a particular key in a dictionary. So we are iterating over the for each keys of that dictionary, is it?
Yes.
To find that, I mean, for each in case of some dictionary, then if x is equal to this, then we will do some operation on that.
No, so, see, if you want to pick specific key from a dictionary, you can directly do d square bracket, whatever key you want, close the square bracket. You will get the value stored against that. That's called random access, right?
Yes.
So if I want your information, let's say your entire your name, address, and all that, the information which is available on Aadhaar card. And let's say my dictionary is, let's say, Aadhaar. So in Aadhaar square bracket, I will give you your Aadhaar number, close the square bracket. That should give you entire information of your entire information to me.
Yes.
You don't have to iterate. You don't have to iterate. Yes. That's the advantage of this random access. Okay. Yeah, Rajiv.
Yes, sir. Time stamp is 17 minutes, sir.
Okay.
From 17 minutes. What the professor is the?
Okay. 17th minute, right? Okay. So what professor is doing here? Okay, tell me, what's the doubt?
Sir, he is talking about 17 takes time proportional to the size of dictionary. He's talking about actually we have to assume that the dictionary provides the random access. 17, 3 or 4. Next line will come. please timestamp. Yes, sir.
This one, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. This one. आप doubt है sir.
Okay, tell me.
Instead,
Doubt in
assume
point number 3, huh?
How
okay.
My doubt is, sir, how does dictionary provide random access?
Okay. Okay. So it's only precisely about how it works internally, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once again, I mean, it's slightly advanced, and you will study this in a subject called PDSA, Programming, Data Structures and Algorithms using Python. It is a semester 3 course. It's a diploma level course, which is again provided by Madhavan sir. So that time he will explain it thoroughly, that how internally random access works. But right now I will just give you a quick explanation to that. Okay.
Okay.
In computer systems, there is something called as some advanced data structure is there. It's called hash table. Okay, I don't know whether you have heard this or not. If not,
yes,
please ignore it. But there is some advanced data structure. Like, see, we are studying list, we are studying dictionary. These are data structures, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the way you store data. So there is some advanced data structure called hash table. Okay.
Hash table. Yes, sir.
The hash table. So hash table is the answer to your question. Right now, I don't want to explain you how hash table works. I mean, that's will be completely off the topic, and it will be bit tricky to understand at this point of time. Okay.
Okay.
So I just tell you that there is a mechanism to do it, and the answer is hash table. How hash table do it? That's something you will study maybe some later point of time in the same program, again by same professor. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So that maybe just wait for a few more months for that PDSA course to come in.
Okay.
And
okay.
if I'm not wrong, it is there in week 2 or week 3, or week 2 or week 3, either of those two of a PDSA. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Or maybe if you are interested, just Google it and check how hash table works.
Yes.
Okay.
I will do so.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
It's a recorded session and it may not be interesting for others. So why to deviate too much? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, Karthik. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Vishwajit, go ahead.
Same thing, sir. We can just find a key in a dictionary with that is key DK.
Yeah, that will only tell you whether key is there or not. It will not give you value. It will just tell you whether key exists in D or not.
Present or not. But sir, this procedure itself will take some time, because here we if you just look at the procedure at the right side, then it will perform the for each key and which will iterate. So how can we say that it will take random access?
Okay. Okay. See, once again, the procedure which is given to you on the right side, right? That's the procedure which you understand at this point of time. When actually lists are used, or when dictionaries are used in Python, okay, I mean, as I said, list and dictionary, these 2 points concept directly came from Python, right?
Okay. Yes.
Over there, that particular loop which we have written, right, for each loop, will not be needed. So you can write a Python code to find out whether key is there in the dictionary or not without that loop.
Yes.
It is possible over there. Only thing here, because of this pseudocode, we have some limitations. That's why sir has written the code in a very basic way, which using concept which you have studied so far. I guess now you guys are ready to move to Python. I mean, the kind of questions you are asking, they all are from some advanced topics. So I guess we are on the right track and you are ready to move there. So yes, that's my answer. Right now, using whatever limited code we have studied, it may appear that it will take time, but it's not actually, that's not the case. Okay. Vishwajit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. In Python, you will study something called as in operator. In, like what we have, right? For each key in keys. So this in is a special operator in Python, and it has endless, you will use this many times in many different ways, and that will solve your problem, and that in will take care of this entire loop which you see over here. Okay. Yeah, so this is something, again, you have to wait, may not be few months, maybe another few weeks. You will start with Python, you will know why I was focusing on that in so much. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes, Karthik, you are on unmute for a quite long time. Do you have anything to say? Karthik?
No, sir, nothing. I'm very clear about what you told.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Sure, thanks. So, okay, so Soumyadeep, yeah, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I have a doubt on week 6. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. We have still, some 15 minutes are there, 13, 14 minutes are there. Yes,
okay.
Sure.
So activity question 6.3. Question number 3. Like question number 2 or 2 to 4, like they are all the same type of question. So,
yeah. Okay.
I'm having trouble in the, like, what is happening in the answers. L, what will be the correct answers? 1, 2.
Okay, so Soumyadeep, first you have to understand how and how they are getting executed, how pseudocode getting executed. Before that, how this particular code is getting executed. What is happening? Currently, the value of, I don't know whether this is correct answer or not. Okay, yeah, this is the correct. Okay, so L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside a list, right? So L is a list of 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that sequence, right? We have called this particular procedure with 2 parameters, L, 5. So what is the current value of L?
5.
Not 5. This entire list, that's
now,
L.
Yeah. In the first iteration, it will be 1.
No, that's where you are making mistake. That's what I assume. See, don't consider that. Currently value of L is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
We are passing the entire list L. This is not 1, this is L.
Okay, yeah.
L, entire list, 5.
Okay.
So when this procedure gets executed, what is the value of this L?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And what is value of X?
5.
Then you execute the procedure.
Okay.
Okay, then some execution happens. Okay. If required, we'll go into that detail later on, but some execution happens. And this new list, which was initially empty, because of this entire iteration, this new list will have some value.
Okay.
And that value gets returned from here.
And that is what is asked in the answer.
No, hold on. That will get returned from here, right?
Okay.
After that, that value will come into this L.
Okay.
Now this L will have the updated value, new value, which was returned from this procedure as a new list.
Sure.
So earlier it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it will be something else.
Okay.
That something else, whatever it is, that's a different story. But that whatever new thing will be passed as next parameter along with 4. Okay. So what is this new L?
Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It will be something which was returned earlier. We don't know what is, but that's something, whatever was written, that will be L in this line number 3. Okay. And then we'll pass 4 along with it. Then something will happen in this procedure. New list will be passed, and whatever that new list comes, that will be this L. Sorry, this L in 3, which becomes this L in 4, line number 4.
Okay.
So you have to understand this. So this particular procedure gets called 5 times, and every time this value of L on the right side changes. Of course, it changes on left side. That's why it changes on the next line in the right side. So first it will change because of this procedure call, it changes on the left hand side in second line. Because of that, it changes in the right hand side in third line. Same thing keeps happening.
And in the
that part you have to understand first.
Okay.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Then in the if sections, if we consider the first if section, the if not inserted means if not false, right?
Yes. So whatever current value of inserted, the whatever Boolean value is there, you have to take opposite of that, not of that. You just take a inverse of that.
Okay. And if we just scroll down a bit, the same kind of question, I think it's 4.
Yeah. So 2, 3, 4, all 3 questions are based on same pseudocode. Only thing is the value of L. These things are, this block is changed for every question. For second question, current value of L is this, and we are doing this. We are calling that procedure sorted list with value 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in this sequence.
Yeah. And
next time the original value changes, but this sequence remains same.
Okay. So in question
in third case, original value is different and sequence also is different.
But there is no set in the initial stage. L is empty.
Yeah, that is fine, right? There's nothing wrong in that. L is empty. So what? We pass empty list as a parameter. So what happens if empty list comes here? What is the problem in that? So yeah, L is empty. So this for each Z in L, it will not execute this for loop. For each loop will not execute. It will directly execute this if block.
Again.
But that will happen only for first iteration. For second iteration, L will hold 5 value inside it.
Exactly like the first question that I asked.
Yes, you have to consider like that. Whatever was written from previous question, that updates the value of L. And that updated value you have to pass as a parameter for second procedure call.
Okay, understood.
Understood. So with that, you now try that pseudocode, you will get the correct answer.
As a last thing, the syllabus it's 1 to 8, right?
Yes, 1 to 8.
Okay.
Whatever we have studied so far.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have seen that the 7 question 10 answer.
Rohit, there is some disturbance on your end. I'm not able to hear you properly.
I'm saying I have seen that answer.
Okay.
Of credit percent.
But
there, the procedure is like one word is not repeated in a sentence. It is
One word is
not repeated. Means if it is repeated, then only the word will appear.
Rohit, there is a lot of noise. I'm not able to hear you properly. Can you find a different place where some background noise is not there? Hello? Rohit, actually we discussed that question later on. It's there in the recording. I believe you are talking about graded assignment week 7 and a precise question. I don't remember the number, but okay, I'll tell you. This was the question, right? Question number 6. No, not 6. Sorry. Okay, this is question number 10, right, Rohit?
Yes.
Yeah, so we actually discussed this question. I don't know whether you were there listening or not. Actually, I called your name a couple of times. You were not there. So I have explained this question as part of this session. Maybe you go back and look at the recording.
Okay.
I have explained this entire question in detail. In fact, we had a long, very lengthy discussion on the same question. Okay.
So why the assignments of computer is one less than the assignments of all the 3 subjects?
Okay, for computational thinking, not less. Ultimately, we'll have same number. Only deadlines are different because we took a gap between week 4 and 5. If you remember, there was
Yes,
before
sir.
your qualifier. There was one Friday when we did not release anything.
Yes, sir.
because of that. Because of that, we are lagging by 1 week, but we'll catch up on that. Don't worry. It's not something which haphazardly. There is a proper plan for that. Every term we do like that. So don't worry about it. Yeah.
And the practice assignment bonus, how it will affect?
Okay. So are you a term student or a qualifier student?
Yes, I just gave the qualifier.
Okay, then you are not eligible for bonus. Bonus component is only for those who are already qualified in previous term and they have. So once you get your online degree ID and your unique roll number, right? That means you become a term student, then only you are eligible for bonus marks. For a first term, nobody gets bonus mark.
Means I gave the qualifier last and I passed with my CCA 4. So I'm not still not a qualified student.
No, do you have online degree or email ID? Do you have roll number?
I didn't have the roll number till now. I'm signing with
that's
Gmail.
what. So last time you qualified, but then I don't think you did any of the courses last time, right?
So 5th of June was the last qualifier I gave, and
so
after
5th
that
of
I
June
chose.
is fine. 5th of June is fine. So once you start your next term, right? So you qualified in this term itself, right? The term which started in May, right?
Yes, sir.
So once you start your next term, then you become eligible for bonus marks.
Okay.
Nobody is eligible for
sir, I would like
bonus
to get
marks
the
in their
grading.
first term.
Grading about the grading because
so that is available as a part of grading document. It's an operational thing, right? It's available as a part of.
Also, one thing I want to say to you that some activity questions are there, and by which only knowing that this option is not correct and this option is correct, we are not able to know properly. So, is there? I checked it thoroughly. Maybe I have checked thoroughly, but is there any given where activity solution is activity graded, activity non-graded assigned solution is given? These activity questions solution is given.
For activity question, solution is not. We do not provide
yes, sir.
For activity.
Because some questions are there and sometimes it comes up.
Yeah. So it's not a solution. We add that as a feedback for some questions, but we have not done that for all questions.
Yes, just as that inserted question you were doing, it was also a good question from activity. By my side, from my side. Same problem.
Okay.
That's right.
Maybe we can do that for all questions.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So usually we have done it for initial weeks when students are new. Later on, we thought that students get familiar with it, and so it's not that it's not there for later weeks, but for initial weeks it's there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So I don't see any hand raises. Nothing new. So. Okay, so we'll stop the session. Formally, we'll close the session, but as I promised, I will give the explanation to Bishwajit about that particular question. So, if you want to leave, you are more than happy. You are more than welcome to leave the session and continue it. Or if you want to stay back and listen to this again, you are more than welcome to do so. But remember, as I said, this is not from computational thinking, so please don't get too much worried about what I'm saying now. So, Bishwajit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, well, as you were saying, right, whether can we use a list as a dictionary key or not?
Yes.
Okay. So, the point is we cannot. And the reason is dictionary is, a list is something which is modifiable, with something which you can modify, right?
Okay.
Okay. So any entity which can get modified at some later point of time cannot be used as a key. Okay. So just hold on for a second. Okay. Hello. Yeah, sorry, something came up in between. Yeah, so anything which can get modified at some later point of time cannot be used as a list. Okay, cannot be used as a key in a dictionary.
Modified means, is there any difference in updated or modified?
It's not the same thing. See, let's say you use 10 as a what you say, as a key in a dictionary. Okay. Can you modify 10? Can you modify 10?
Modify means
can you change 10?
No.
10 remains 10, right? No matter what you do.
Okay.
The value 10 remains 10. Let's say string.
Yes,
string double quotes Vishwajit, double quotes close. No matter what you do, you cannot change string Vishwajit. I'm not talking about variables. Okay, I'm not talking about Vishwajit variable string stored in a variable. Variables value you can change. I'm talking about a precise string Vishwajit, a precise a precise integer element, 10, 100, whatever, 5, 7, doesn't matter, or even float for that, 5.7, 9.10, doesn't matter. That value you cannot change, so you can use that as a key. What happens with respect to list is, at this point of time, let's say you have a list with some elements in it, you use that as a key. Later on, you can append to that list, right?
Yes, sir, we can append.
That is the place where there is a problem. You use a list as a key, but that's something you can modify. And key is a unique it's a unique identification allotted to that value, right?
Okay.
Then how can you modify that? It's like Aadhaar number is given to you, and then you have a liberty to change your Aadhaar number. You understand the problem over there, right?
Yes, sir. List and dictionaries also can be used as a key.
Exactly. So dictionary also cannot be used as a key. You can use list and dictionary as values, which is fine. You can modify them later on. There is no limitation on that.
Yeah.
But anything which can be modified at some later point of time cannot be used as a dictionary key.
Is there any reason for that?
As I said, once you modify that later on, it loses its purpose, right? It has to be unique. Earlier, I was talking to, I answered somebody that with respect to that hash table, right? When every time a key is generated, there is special entry or some specific entry is created in that hash table with some hashing, some hash values for that key. When this value changes, your hash also changes, which creates a problem. Then how can you give a random access if you cannot keep that key unique? You're getting my point, right?
Yes.
See, I can find you out in entire country using your Aadhaar number because it's unique. But I cannot find you in entire country using your mobile number. Mobile number is unique, agree. But today number is with you, tomorrow it might be with somebody else. Not because you give it to your friend or your family. I'm saying tomorrow you stop using that number, you block it. Company allots that number to somebody else at some later point of time, right?
Yes.
Why? Because mobile number gets updated. There is no tight coupling between you and mobile number, but with Aadhaar number, that coupling is there. So that's why Aadhaar number can be used as a unique entity. Maybe I don't know whether you're a taxpayer or not, but if that's the case, you will know what his PAN number is. Right? That's something which gets allotted to a person for lifetime. In fact, even beyond that, even person dies, still the number is allotted to that same person. So such things which cannot be modified can be used to identify something uniquely. Whatever roll numbers you or any one of us had in school days, just numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time new batch comes, still numbers are allotted from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right?
Yes.
Again, they cannot uniquely identify a student. That's possible only for that particular year. Once year changes, the coupling breaks over there,
But
and
they
the number
allot
gets coupled with
years.
somebody else.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
in
in
that
an
case,
online
we can
degree, I mean,
use,
in this BSc degree, we have created a mechanism to keep it unique. But yeah, everywhere in most of the schools, that's not the case, right? You just do it from 1 to whatever number is there.
yes, sir. In that case, we can use 2 dictionaries for each year and use the same key, use the same numbers as a key.
Yeah,
Then
correct.
it will be okay.
Then you can. So it's like creating a new dictionary for every batch.
Yes.
So ultimately, you are doing what? You are doing this 21F, F1, 22, F1, F2. You are doing same thing, right?
Yes.
Then your dictionaries will be what? Maybe you will use that dictionary as D, maybe a D as in dictionary D 2020, D20, I mean, or batch 2020, batch 2021. So you are anyway creating that uniqueness using through that, right? Okay, Vishwajit, are you understanding this part?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. So we'll close the session here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Hi, sir. Have a good night.
Good night.